Look at that view. Doesn't get much better than that. Right, for those of you who watch the old Steaming Boots vlog, you'll know from this view behind me exactly where I am. And I'm in Glencoe. I'm on one of my favourite hills in Glencoe. There's the sun coming out. Oh, it's beautiful. This light is fantastic. It's just appearing. You'll not see it in the camera, but it's just stunning. Anyway, it's a Saturday. Last weekend, if you watched the vlog last weekend, you would have seen I was running late on the Saturday night for a night under the stars. And it's just due to family commitments on a Saturday. I can't leave till at least 4:30. So I've got about half an hour until sunset. But I'm about halfway, a third to halfway up the hill. I don't have to go too far. And I'm hoping to get a bivvy spot, not facing this way, which is where you would usually try and bivvy, but I want a view north tonight, and hopefully later on that'll become apparent why. But it's absolutely glorious. It's starting, you know, all the foliage is starting to turn that rustic brown way. We're well into autumn now, so I'm going to shut up because I need to get up here before it gets dark again. Fingers crossed I can get a pitch before before the head torch comes on, unlike last week. So let's talking, let's get walking. I really was fighting time today, and I didn't have much time to stop and take photographs, which is a real shame because the views at this point were just spectacular, looking down Glencoe past Buccleuch Moor and Stobgerrard. And as I got up, the sun was lowering and the light was becoming fantastic. It was a photographer's dream, and I did eventually stop to take a few snaps, albeit on the iPhone, but it was just magical, as you'll soon see. But look at that! Absolutely glorious. I don't know if you can make out in the camera, but behind me the sun's shining through, it's backlit against these crispicular rays, and what a sight it is. Now unfortunately my Sony, which I've broken but still functional, is buried well in my bag, so I've just taken some pictures just on the iPhone of this, but I really hope you can make this out in the camera. I'm probably just a silhouette at the moment, but that is stunning. What a view, what a place to have that sort of weather happening. And behind me all the hills over Rannoch are going this deep red and the clouds going red, so I'm not far from the place where I want to be, the top of this hill, or the ridge. I'm going to drop over there, so I need to get cracked on because it's going to get dark soon. Let's go. I soon reached the crest of the hill and I was on the top of the ridge, and as I mentioned I was heading over to the northern side of the hill so I could get a view north, and it was just fantastic. The clouds over Ben Nevis and the moors were still that lovely deep pink and purple as the lowering sun lit the underside of the clouds. It was absolutely beautiful, but again I couldn't really stop to enjoy it and take pictures. I had to find a suitable spot to get my bivvy set up, and I found a great wee spot which had a good enough view north, but it also enjoyed views down the length of Glencoe, and I could also see the Buccleuch behind me. It wasn't a bad spot to spend the night. Well, it's dusk now and it's beautiful. What a wee spot I've got here. Usually, as I said, I usually camp on the other side because the views are better, but I want a view north tonight. Although there's quite a bit of cloud cover at the moment, which means the reason that I'm here looking north might not matter. But anyway, it's beautiful. Anyway, I can still see down Glencoe there, and you can see behind me the Buccleuch standing proud over the head of Glen Etive and Glencoe over there. And you'll not be able to see it, but behind me I've got the Blackwater Reservoir, and this is where the Devil's Staircase comes up and drops down towards Kinlochleven and what have you. And what a spot. There's a couple of deer I startled when I came over here, and there's no wind at the moment. It's lovely. So I'm bivvying again. I think this might be the last bivvy that I do. I've really got into this. I'll report back again. This is just, as I said before, this bivvy bag's just a cheap one from the army surplus store, and I tell you, when I was away with Ray last weekend, the condensation was unbelievable. It didn't stop me sleeping, but it was certainly damp in the morning. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the last rays of light and then hope I can sleep under the stars again. Fantastic. It's lovely, it's just about dark now. You can probably see behind me the Buchel, and it really is, this is just lovely. There's no wind at the moment. The forecast is for the wind to pick up. Hopefully that might move some of these clouds away. At the moment there's no chance of any stars, but it does. I was checking the Met Office and it's about 7:30 now, and it was suggesting by about 9 the sky should be clear, but if I'm being perfectly honest with you, it doesn't look like it's going to clear. Anyway, it's nearly, I reckon another half an hour it'll be pitch dark, but you might still be able to make out the silhouette of Buchel Moor behind me, or Stob Gerarg of Buchel Moor, and that's providing, I'm not sure which sequence these vlogs will come out, but you may already have seen the bivvy that I did on the top of that, which was fantastic, and I never got a starry night that, that night, so that was made up for last week when I was with Ray. That was fantastic. We can only hope. But anyway, I'm just going to have a wander about here and yeah, probably get some. I've got a sandwich. I've not brought any jet boils or anything like that, just to reduce faff. So it's just a sandwich tonight. So I'm just going to enjoy the last wee bit of light before it gets pitch black. Well, I've been waiting for a good couple of hours. It's about 9:30 now, and you'll not be able to see it in the camera, but the sky's starting to clear now. I can see some stars sparkling above me. It's still a bit of cloud over there to the north, so I'm hoping that's going to clear. But I've just spent the last few hours, well, had a bite to eat, checked my phone. It's great, you get a full signal here, and I've been taking some pictures down the glen. And I could see from those pictures on the horizon that the cloud was starting to shift eastwards, and there was a clear band just starting to move in. So I think that's what's allowed the stars to appear here, although there's still some cloud over the hills round about. I'm hoping that's going to clear as well. So I'll maybe take some more shots, play about with the camera before hitting the sack. But it's quite nice. There's no wind here. It's lovely. I think the wind is to pick up, as I said earlier, through the night. But I just really hope. But what I'm really hoping for is some aurora. Last night there was a strong storm, and the forecast suggested it might last into tonight. I've been here too many times to hold out too much hope. If I hold out too much hope, it's not going to happen. But you never know. I'll play about the camera, and if it clears to the north, I might. You never know. I might get lucky and get some shots. In fact, I think one of the first times I camped up here, I got a faint aurora. The first time I'd seen it. Well, that was a winter camp many moons ago. That was good fun. So, anyway, I'm going to dot her around, put the camera off, video mode, and switch it to taking some photographs and see if I can get some shots of the stars. So I spent a few hours taking pictures, but the cloud wasn't clearing enough to give a clear sky for the starry shots. And there's a few shots over there. You can see somebody's headlight on the top of Ben Nevis and what have you. So yeah, after playing about for a while, I eventually decided it was time to hit the hay and get wrapped up into my bivvy and my sleeping bag. Well, that is, what time are we at? 10:30. And as you can see, I'm in my bed. In my bivvy, and it's lovely actually. There's hardly any wind, any noise. I've got some friends. I was away to tell you earlier on, but the battery died. But just on the about 100 metres down there on the ridge of the mountain, when I shone my head torch over, I just saw about 50 or 60 pairs of eyes looking at me. Well, maybe not that many. I'd maybe say 20 or 30, more realistically. It's obviously a herd of deer. Sat down for the night, and they're just keeping a steady eye on me. Every time I look over, there are these pairs of eyes glittering. It's a bit disconcerting. They look a wee bit like the wee Utinis out of Star Wars, because you can't see anything apart from these little eyes. Anyway, some of you might know what I'm talking about. Other people will be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? So I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm going to keep my camera next to me just in case I wake up and the sky's clear. There's been no aurora. There's too much cloud. There's bits and bobs. Every now and again the stars are coming out, but yeah, it's still a wee bit too much cloud for the aurora. But you know what? It's been a grand wee evening, so I'm going to set the alarm nice and early, and yeah, see what happens at sunrise, and then head back down the road. So, fortis now, night night. One of the major advantages of bivvying is that you're sleeping outside, and after about half an hour I woke up and I looked above me and the skies had cleared and they were really starry, so I pulled myself out of my warm sleeping bag and got the tripod set up and took some pictures, and it was just magnificent. I was up for a good few hours enjoying the Milky Way and the stars. After spending much of the night taking pictures of the starry skies and gazing skywards, I eventually fell into a deep sleep and started to wake early in the morning to find that the cloud had come in and there wasn't going to be much of a sunrise. That's 7 o'clock. Sunrise, I think sunrise is about now actually, but as forecast, actually, the forecast got it pretty spot on. There's, I don't know if you can see, but just a big, well, it's cloudy, a big cloud covering the whole sky, surprisingly enough. I suppose a bit of an update. I don't know how I've edited this, whether you will have just seen some pictures or not, but what a night. I think just before I went to bed initially, I did a bit to camera and I said that there was a wee bit of cloud and the stars were coming and going and it wasn't too bad. But anyway, just after that, about 10 minutes after that, I was kind of lying in my bed. One of the beauties of being in the bivvy actually, because had I been in the tent, I would have gone back to the tent and wouldn't have been able to see the sky and would have slept and would have woken up now saying, yeah, didn't see that many stars, but my God. Never got an aurora. There was no aurora last night at all, but the cloud completely cleared. There was no moon, which I knew about, and the sky was amazing. I thought last week was good, but tonight, the Milky Way was right above me, and I actually was stretching right over down towards Glencoe and over the Buckle, which is over there. So I took some photographs. I'll wait and see. It's very hard to see if they've come out on the back of the camera screen. I'll wait and see. I'm really hoping that you've seen some, or if you've not seen them, I'll put some more up on the screen just now. But by God, it was starry, it was lovely, it was absolutely amazing. So, at the moment I can see the clouds down over the Moors and Ben Nevis, and the top of the Buckle's starting to get a bit cloudy, so there's no point hanging about. I'm going to have some breakfast in bed. Breakfast in bed, lovely. And then I'm going to get cracked on. This bivvy bag, this, as I said before, this is the cheap one. It's actually, there's no condensation in it today. It's actually worked quite good, so slept quite well. Quite enjoying these bivvies, although I think this might be the last one. I think I might go back to the tent the next time. Just I did wake up once or twice, quite cold, because I can't shut this bivvy. If I move around and expose myself to the wind or the cold gets in, it can be quite cold. So anyway, I'm going to shut up, get some breakfast, and start thinking about heading back off the hill. I must also say I can hear those stags. All night they've been bellowing, but it's not been too bad. Anyway, right. Some food. I just do my final piece to camera there and the battery died. So perfect timing, that's both batteries in that camera going now. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, I've struck camp now. and yeah, ready to go down. It's just been fantastic, absolutely beautiful. Irrespective of the cloudy skies this morning, it's just still quite atmospheric. I'm glad I'm not on the summit of Binnacle because it's cloudy up there. What a view. Time to head back to the car and get down the road. So until next time, stay safe out there, and thanks for watching. Right, let's go.